And the Orioles tonight, and the Battle of the Beltways is 10 years old. What a night in this part of the country for baseball. About 35 to 40 miles right up the road. The Nats and their fans have invaded Oriole Park at Camden Yards. Yeah, Jones, Harper, Machado, Harper, you name it. We've got some outstanding talent on both sides. O's have lost 8 of 10. The Nats have won 12 of the last 17 with a great ERA during that time. But Baltimore's been pretty good in this rivalry. They've dominated in recent years, so the Nats owe these guys a couple.
Yeah, Orioles 29 and 21 since 2005. But you remember last September and October, all the talk about maybe a Beltway World Series, Nats versus Orioles? This series for me, I don't like interleague play. I love this series. It's got a playoff-style atmosphere, a World Series-style atmosphere, if you will. The ballpark's buzzing right now. It's buzzing when it's in D.C., so this one's going to be good tonight. We're excited.
Yeah, and the Orioles not playing great baseball, but Manny Machado is hot. The Nats will have to control him. That assignment tonight goes to Gio. This kid's tough on left-handed pitching, all kinds of pitching, and Gio has gone 7 2 consecutive times now.
Yeah, giving up just 1 run, and I think the key to it is he's been down in the strike zone. We're going to show you some elevated fastballs late, but how did he get to those? The fastball low. He has confidence in Jose Lobaton, who's been back there his last 7 starts, 5-2 record with Lobaton back there, and Jose told me, he said, I just tell him to throw the ball low and I'm going to frame it. So Gio Gonzalez down in the strike zone gets ground balls, up in the strike zone late for the strikeout, and he's going against Chris Tillman tonight. You see the record, 4-0 his last 6 starts, 4.94 ERA. He's been wild. His fastball hasn't been what it's been in the past. He's had trouble commanding it to the glove side. He's been elevated at times, and it just doesn't have the same late life it's had in the past. So a good night to hit for the Nats. We'll see what the banged-up lineup can assemble against Chris Tillman here tonight.
Yeah, Chris Tillman's kind of the guy who gets a lot of run support. He hasn't pitched well against the Nats in his career, but he's got a bunch of no decisions because his team has scored a lot of runs. So it's the Oriole Bird and their fans against the Nats and their fans here at Oriole Park, Camden Yards. Should be a lot of fun. The Nats and the O's. Here comes year 10 of the Battle of the Beltways. Brought to you by PNC Bank for the Achiever in You by Ocean City, Maryland. Put your vacation days to good use in Ocean City, Maryland. Book now at OCOcean.com. Utah Street, Boobs Barbecue, you name it. Oriole Park at Camden Yards has it. And it's Nats O's tonight, and it is so fantastic for all of us to have Randy Knorr back in the dugouts. Been gone for a couple of weeks. Just a rough time for Randy and his family, and we hope that maybe taking in a baseball game from the dugout will bring him back to where we would like him to be and where he would like to be.
Well, we missed him. We're glad he's back. And I know he's an inspiration to the guys, always is, but even more so tonight back in a Nats uniform in the dugout where he belongs. So the banged up Nats may be getting some inspiration from their bench coach, Randy Knorr, and welcome back.
Good to see Randy smiling. Not a cloud in the sky except for a couple little wisps off to the east. It's beautiful. 48% humidity. It's 85 at game time. And on a night like this, in this bandbox, in the Inner Harbor, the ball could be flying. Good to see Yunel Escobar back in the lineup. Bryce Harper, 20 go-ahead RBIs. Tied for first in the league. So 1 out of every 3 of his RBIs puts the Nats on top. A whole bunch of others tie games, and some others put games away. Here's Chris Tillman, career 3 starts against the Nats. Not a good ERA, but he's 0-0.
He's been very inconsistent this year. 4-seam fastball. He'll move it in and out, kind of pitches out of the stretch, as you'll see in a moment. Knuckle curveball is probably his best out pitches. His last start against the White Sox, the first 13 pitches he threw were fastballs. So you're going to see a fastball early in the game if you're Yunel Escobar or Danny Espinosa for sure.
Escobar, 3 for 16 career against him. Hacking on the first pitch of the series, and strike 1 at 7:06 Eastern time. Tillman, career 51-38, 135th career start. He gets a lot of no decisions. Well placed at the knees, outside edge, according to the 10-year veteran Mike Estabrook. Paul Nart, 19 years at first. Ed Hickox, 10 years at second. Crew chief Tim Welke, 30th year over at third base. And a fastball, close enough.
Inside the defense for the Orioles tonight, Rymel Jones-Davis, the outfield. Hardy Machado left side, Scope Pierce right side, and Matt Wieters behind the plate.
Orioles have made the fewest errors in the American League, only 38. Second fewest in all of baseball to the Dodgers, 35. Nothing but strikes, and Escobar fouls another one away.
Well, when you look at the numbers for Tillman this year, 60 strikeouts and 37 walks. And that's in 84 innings, so Buck Showalter wants to see his right-hander be in the strike zone a little bit more, and that's what I was talking about with the inconsistencies.
Hasn't missed with one yet. That's going to sneak through up the middle, at least far enough for Escobar to easily beat it out. Jonathan Scope getting to that ball, and the Nats have their leadoff man on. And as Escobar walks slowly toward right field, you hope that hammy's feeling okay.
But wouldn't you know, you get tested right out of the gate. Yunel Escobar with the bouncer up the middle. Nice backhand play right here by Scope, but the tender hamstring tested right out of the gate. There goes a no-hitter. That's how this series starts. A leadoff single by Escobar. Infield single. Watch him run to first. I'll tell you what, it doesn't matter how bad you're hurt. If you smell a hit, you smell a hit, and you're going. Matt Williams keeping an eye on his third baseman right now.
Next up for the Nats, Danny Espinosa. Flurry of roster moves today. Denard Span DL'd. Wilmer Defoe is back. There are 9 relievers in the Nats bullpen, with Jordan Zimmerman going on paternity leave and Aaron Barrett called back. Let's hope they don't have to use him. Outside to Espinosa, hitting .288 over his last 20 ball games.
Oh, while you're talking about it, congratulations to Jordan Zimmerman and Mandy Zimmerman, baby girl Ava Christine.
Nice.
Way to go, guys.
And David Carpenter is back as well. Jordan's scheduled to pitch tomorrow, though. It's kind of up to the player how much time he takes on the paternity list in a situation like that.
He is pitching. Matt Williams announced it before the game. Still don't know who's going Sunday. One
1-1 to Danny. Escobar a short lead. Tillman's been throwing strikes coming out, just barely missing there. Denny Espinosa 1 for 3 career against the right-hander. Tillman, 26 years of age, came over from Seattle in the Adam Jones, Eric Bedard deal years ago. The gift that keeps on giving for Baltimore. That one to the right side. Scope to his left. High throw. And it looked like Escobar hit the wet dirt and just basically stopped. Or he might have beaten that before Hardy came down.
He did. That's exactly what happened. Watered down infield here at Camden Yards. Nice play by Jonathan Scope going through his left. Throw back to Hardy. Hardy had the jump. And watch Escobar just come to a stop. And his foot kind of pops up in the air. Watch his left foot kind of pop up right here. Never really gets to the base. Gave J.J. Hardy time to land. And look at Yunel Escobar. The bad hamstring. He has to beat out an infield single. He tries to beat out a ground ball to second. And let's hope he's okay.
And quite a greeting for Bryce Harper. A mixed reaction, you would call it.
I thought they were critiquing my replay because that wasn't good.
So they play Machado well off the line. Right now the Orioles infielders kind of talking to each other to get everything right on the left side of the infield there. Outfield, though, kind of bunching him toward the gaps, and Bryce had designs on a third base line bunt right there.
Don't you feel like the warehouse is in danger this weekend with Bryce Harper?
You know, on TV doesn't give it justice, because when you're sitting in the ballpark, that thing looks a lot closer than the lens make it look. On the inside edge, strike 2.
Did you see Manny Machado out there? He went safety blitz. He was playing back at shortstop, and he came sprinting right toward Bryce Harper. Full speed to take the bunt away. You saw Harper square on the pitch before. So it looked like he was going to be in zone coverage. He stepped up and was blitzing right there in the middle of the pitch.
Bryce has to protect now in 1 and 2. And a pretty good rip off to the left side. So Bryce steps in second in the league in hitting at 343. Paul Goldschmidt 349. Still tied with Todd Frazier, 25 homers for second behind Giancarlo Stanton's 27. And 60 runs batted in. He pulled the string on him and got Harper on the off speed. 2 outs. Bryce now 0 for 4 career against Chris Tillman.
Kind of went with a knuckle curveball right there. You see the finger off the ball. Pretty good break. Bryce Harper obviously looking for the heater. But a ball that started eye high ended up right about knee high for Bryce. Good pitch by Tillman. You know, I've learned watching this series over the years that you can throw everybody's recent history out, the ball clubs themselves and the players. And the reason I say that, Carv, is because there's so much adrenaline that goes into playing in front of a packed house here at Camden Yards or a packed house at Nats Park. And whatever you want to say about interleague play, this is what's good about interleague play. These two teams going at it. So, you know, whether you're 0 for your last 20 or you've lost 6 in a row, I've found out it doesn't matter when these two teams play.
Yeah, they didn't play in 05 because of all the hubbub of moving a team from Montreal to D.C. Schedule had been made up ahead of time. But since 06, when this thing started, at first, fans were totally into it. The players were kind of like, okay, let's see. And now as the years go by and guys are with the same ball club for a number of years, the players are so much more into this. Fastball away to Ramos, who's DHing tonight. All-time series, as FP mentioned earlier, Orioles by 8, 16-9 here. And they've won 6 of the last 8.
Well, the true battle of the Beltways might be the drive here. It's the longest 35 miles ever.
That is a battle. That's at the knees, and the inning's over. Leadoff hit by Escobar. He was forced, and the Nats strand Espinosa. Gio Gonzalez against the O's next. of 6 this year, not a 2-2 like last year. And here's the lineup facing Gio. Manny Machado's on fire. He went 0 for 15 to start the season. So you can just imagine what he's batting since then, about 390. And since June 6th, just going crazy. Total bases 4th, hits 4th in the league, home runs in the top 7. He's had 29 multi-hit games, and he's in the top 6 in American League extra base hits. Gio 1-4 career, 7 starts against the O's, but it's been a while.
Last start, 7 strong innings for the second consecutive time. 2-1 win over the Giants. 7 innings, 5 hits, 1 run. He struck out 6 Giants, walked nobody. Threw the fastball 58% of the time last start, 92 miles an hour. So a ballpark when it's warm, imperative that you keep the ball down. And Jose Lobaton behind the plate. Gio comfortable in throwing the ball below the strike zone.
And Machado takes 90 right in there. Against Gio Gonzalez, he's 2 for 5 with a double, couple of walks. Just had his 23rd birthday 4 days ago. At the knees, and if Gio gets that call tonight, why not stay down there?
Well, I talked to Jose Lobaton between starts, and he said, I told Gio, just throw the ball below the strike zone, and I'll pick you up. And you see the perfect example right there. There's a comfort level for Gio Gonzalez to Lobaton, who's as good as anybody at framing the low strike. And now you got Gio, who's an excitable type out there, very relaxed with Jose Lobaton back there.
It'll be interesting to see how many games Lobaton catches this weekend with Ramos being able to DH if they want to go that way. And he bounces the breaking ball on 0-2. .305 at home. Just under 300 on the road. Orioles have won 11 of their last 15 here at the Yard. And that's 2-2. Didn't miss by much.
Maybe away just a hair.
And he had Machado reaching to foul it away.
Well, Manny Machado, when he's locked in, right center field is his. He's got power the other way. He's got pull side pop too, but in my mind, one of the best hitters in the American League when he's hitting the ball to right center field. And lately, that's exactly what he's been doing. And this park can't hold him the other way. He's got opposite field home run power. Yeah, more hits up the middle the other way than the left.
3-2 now. Danger count against this guy. Steve Pearce on deck. Rips it, base hit. I don't remember the Nationals getting him out in this ballpark too much over the last 3 years.
I don't think they ever have. Just kidding.
Seems like it.
And so the defense for the Nats behind Gio. Robinson, Taylor Harper the outfield. Desmond Escobar left side. Espinosa Moore right side. And Jose Lobaton, who's suddenly becoming Gio Gonzalez's personal catcher. Look at these numbers. 5-2 record thrown to Lobaton at 3.14 ERA in 7 starts.
Steve Pearce is 4 for 9 career against Gio. Escobar not far off the line at third. Desmond to pull. In a situation where the Nats are looking for a ground ball. Pearce has hit into 8 double plays this year. Espinosa shading up the middle. And straight back it goes. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Well, the Orioles are happy to be home. They're 26-16 in Camden Yards this year. It's just 17-26 on the road. And there's 17 road wins, second fewest in the American League behind the White Sox, who've won just 16 games in the road. So Buck Showalter happy his club's back in their white unis, at least white pants tonight.
Chris Davis right behind his manager there, hitting in the number 5 spot tonight. Short lead by Machado and a throw over anyway. Orioles have the fewest stolen bases in the American League with 27. I'll tell you, about a week and a half ago, those first 4 teams were within a game and a half of each other. So they've fallen back a little bit, all of them, except the Yankees, and now the Red Sox have played their way back in. They've won 4 straight.
Well, just watching the Orioles in batting practice today and looking at the personnel they have, there's no reason they shouldn't win the American League East. They really haven't clicked yet. Adam Jones recently selected to start in center field in the All-Star game. We'll talk about that a little bit later. But this is a good ball club. We've seen Toronto play this year. We've seen the Yankees play this year. And in my mind, this team has more talent than both of those ball clubs.
Yeah. And that's without Nelson Cruz.
And Tampa, too.
Breaking ball in the dirt. So far, they haven't been biting on some of Gio's breaking stuff. Orioles seeing the ball well here.
Did he go? Negative.
Long count before Machado's base hit. Now Pierce gets it to 2-2. He turned it over on him. A beauty of a changeup at 81 for the first out.
Well, you see Steve Pierce trying to protect right here, but the changeup just too slow to stay back. The head moving a little bit as he rocks back, and a great pitch by Gio Gonzalez. Good late movement on the change.
Adam Jones heading for the All-Star game again. It'll be his 5th All-Star game and his 3rd straight start. Gio gets the lower part of the zone with a good breaking ball.
There's an injury to Alex Gordon. He was supposed to start. He injured his groin, so Jones automatically is in the starting lineup because he was the top vote getter on the player ballot who was not selected by the fans. So now he gets to start in center field, and players voted him in.
Tried to check, didn't. Paul Nard says strike 2. Adam Jones' career against Gio, 5 for 22. And a swing and a miss on a curveball in the dirt. Well blocked by Lobaton. First base occupied. 2 outs.
Yeah, pretty good curveball there by Gio Gonzalez. Obviously looking for the fastball. Again, you see the rotation. Starts out low. Good block by Jose Lobaton to keep Manny Machado at first base.
Well, Matt Wieters back and healthy. Hitting .240. Jacks one to left. Ball hooking away from Robinson, who's playing really deep. And that ball hooks its way into foul ground. I mean, Clint Robinson would have to take about 4 back pedals to be up against the wall.
No, he makes no bones about it. We saw him in Philadelphia sitting in the second row with the fans. He was playing so deep, and he's not that far away from that here in Baltimore.
I know. As long as you're not having a Philly cheesesteak during the game, you're okay doing it.
I mean, his heels are on the warning track, and that just tells me he likes to come in on the baseball better than go back, because there's no going back.
Well, everybody talks about right field here where it's 318 down the line. It's actually shorter in the left center gap, 364, than it is out by the Orioles bullpen there, right there where it's 373. So how cozy is that? With about 6 or 7 foot wall. That's the grounds crew dressed like Orioles out there in right field. Sorry. Now, if the Nats could face some of those guys, it could be a great weekend. 1 ball and 2 strikes to Matt Wieters. 2 for 19 from the right side. Just guides one to the right side. A little too hopper. It almost stopped before it got to Danny Espinosa. Good bounce back for the leadoff hit. So this weekend, such a great one for the fans. Which team's going to get a chokehold on the other and not let up? We've even got Harper and Ripken going at it.
Communicate between innings. They talk about what they just threw, where they threw it, what they're going to do coming up, what the umpire's strike zone's like, what pitches are working, what pitches are not. And that's good stuff right there. Jose Lobaton, Gio Gonzalez. American Standard, who's hot, who's not? The Nats. Against teams currently 500 or better. Check out the record. And the Orioles, not so much right now, but that's a good sign for the Nationals, playing well against good teams.
Likely to make the playoffs. A lot of those ball clubs celebrate this season. Strike one to Robinson. With the American Standard All-Star Sales Event, visit MidAtlanticComfort.com for amazing rebate and financing opportunities. Top of the second, and Clint Robinson with a nice fluid swing out ahead on that breaking ball. 0-2. He comes in at 282 over his last 25 games. 12 RBIs, 12 walks. Good ballpark for a pull swing on this side of the plate.
It's good ballpark for barrel on baseball, no matter where you hit it. Especially when it's warm. You remember the game we had here in 13, I think?
When Zimmerman hit the 3 homers?
Yeah. Chris Davis had a big night.
Yeah, the Nats lost that game. We'll see more about that later. That ball right down the middle. Robinson, just a little hopper down there. And Steve Pearce will take care of it himself.
Celebrate U.S. Marine Corps Day, delivered by UPS in Nats Park. That's Tuesday, July 21st. Nats welcome the New York Mets into town. That's a 7:05 start. Representatives from the U.S. Marine Corps will participate in pregame ceremonies, and the President's own United States Marine Band will perform the Star Spangled Banner. Cool. Go to nationals.com to purchase your tickets.
Diamondbacks got a run in the top of the first against Noah Syndergaard and the Mets as they open up a series in Citi Field tonight. Here's Ian Desmond. Ian against Tillman, 2 for 8 with a double. Couple of big breaking balls, one way high, one way outside. Ian had a 5th inning triple against the Reds on Tuesday night. Sees the heater, but it's outside. 3-0. And that to the inside edge.
Get a good pitch to hit right here. Catch it out front. See what happens.
Could go a long way. But it's low, and Ian Desmond takes the walk.
Good at bat.
Nats have their second base runner. Desmond walking for just the 16th time this year. It'll bring in Jose Lobaton.
So check out the on-deck circles here at Camden Yards. Buck Showalter thought the plastic mats were dangerous. You see guys slipping on them all the time. So now they just do chalk circles and throw all that junk right in the middle. And
old school.
I like that. I've seen tons of guys run over catchers, especially for foul pop-ups, slip and fall. Those mats are very hard plastic that your cleats don't grip in.
Yeah, and if they get wet, look out.
Yeah.
Desmond started for about 3 steps. Shut it down in the pitch outside to Lobaton. Jose, 21 ball games this year. 15 for 66. He was in the lineup to catch Gio. Of course, before that game was postponed, before it ever got started on Wednesday. Looking for his first career hit against Chris Tillman, 0 for 2. Quicker move, and Desmond scrambles back. Just when the Nats had really started revving up the running game lately, Denard Span goes on the DL. The Nats had nearly doubled, actually more than doubled, their stolen base total over the last month or so. On a pitch up, Lobaton can't get to it.
In case you're wondering about Denard Span, no structural problems to his back. He's been given some new exercises to strengthen his back. And it was made weak by, the 2 abdominal surgeries he had. And I always say, anytime you start a season hurt, it's so tough to get healthy when you're playing the grind of a major league season. So you're kind of playing uphill the whole time. So, the 2 surgeries he's had, I just think when you talk about his numbers, it's unbelievable what he's accomplished not being at full strength this season.
Thus, lots of center field now for Michael A. Taylor. Pretty good bat to have in the number 9 spot, too. 1-1 to Lobaton. And the break here just drops right in there at 76.
I mean, that's an injury list right there.
We were tempted to play MASH, the theme, in the background.
I mean, everyone has injuries, but Span, Zimmerman, Wirth, Rendon, Strasburg, Stammen, who's been a mainstay in the bullpen, those are big injuries, and that's a lot of them.
Well, the Nats still in first place by 3 over the Mets.
It's a lot like Denard Span. He put up great numbers, hurt. The Nats are in first place, hurt. That might be the most incredible stat of all, with all the time missed by those players if they're still in first place.
Anthony told me he did a lot of running today and felt pretty good. Slow roller. Machado will shovel it, and they will turn the 5-4-3. Some quick hands by Jonathan Scope.
A big slide right here by Ian Desmond, but a nice feed by Machado. Good turn by Scope off of one leg with something on it. Nice turn.
wild, but less so recently. He didn't issue a walk in his last outing, just the 4th time since the start of the 2013 season that he's going to start without walking a batter, and he's issued just 2 free passes in his last 14 innings. Jose Lobaton told me that he thinks the key there is he's just talked with Gio recently about not complicating things for himself, just trying to hit the glove. Lobaton also makes sure to get a feel for the home plate umpire's strike zone early on, and then he tells Gio how to attack based on where the zone is that night. Overall, Lobaton says he doesn't really care about the walks with Gio. He just likes seeing him work deep into games, which he's done his last 2 times out. 7 innings in each of them, guys.
All right, thank you, Dan, with our Coons.com sideline report. When you're talking Cars, you're talking Coons. Well, Gio has walked 4 batters 3 times this year, but 2 of those were in his first 3 starts of the year. Lefty-lefty matchup with slugger Chris Davis here, who's 1 for 9 career against Gio with a walk and 4 strikeouts. Davis steps in at 241 after a really rough 14. Had a bad oblique in late April. Then he was suspended early September, testing positive for amphetamines, and only played 127 games and hit a .196. So a comeback season for this guy means a lot to this ball club. '53 home runs 2 years ago. Jammed him pretty well, and the ball stays fair from behind the bag. Tyler Moore right to the first base bag for the out.
You see Tyler Moore kind of settle in on that ball, expecting it to hit first base. He was waiting for the big hop off of the base. A good pitch by Gio Gonzalez tying Chris Davis up. But watch this ball almost hit first, just in front of the bag. Tyler Moore ready for it. And good hustle by Chris Davis, by the way. A lot of times you don't see big guys hustling down the line like that, but look at him busting it, making it close. Manager's got to like that.
Next up for the Orioles, left fielder Nolan Reimold, just off paternity leave himself.
There's a lot of paternity leaving going on between David Carpenter, Tanner Roark, Jordan Zimmerman.
Well, it's 9 months after October. A lot of guys go home. And a breaking ball in the dirt, stopped by Lobaton right there. Nolan Reimold has made stops in Toronto and Arizona since he was first with the Orioles.
I was about to add on to what you said, and I just decided not to. I mean, I can't go anywhere with that. But point made.
2-1. Busted bat. Gio knocks it down. That's going to be a hit.
Gio breaking a lot of bats. He just broke Chris Davis's bat. Matt Wieters broke a bat on a foul ball, and now Nolan Reimold with an infield single. So his bat dies a hero. Gio Gonzalez mad at himself, thought he should have that one. But when you talk to pitchers, they think it's coming off harder than it is. Maybe a changeup right there fooled Gio with the broken bat. And Nolan Reimold would take 1 million of those.
Next up is 26-year-old Jimmy Paredes, who's been quite a find for the Orioles. Got him for cash from the Royals at the end of July last year. Came over here, hit .302 in 18 games. And he's hit 10 home runs here with 38 RBIs. He got a grand total of 10 at-bats for the Royals last year. Clint Robinson had been with the Royals the year before that. When Jimmy was in Houston, that's where we first saw him. So a couple of guys finding new life after wearing royal blue. 1-0 pitch, Tapper. Gio pounces. Time to play it with the glove. 2 outs, Reimold the second.
Boy, if you're reading swings right now, Gio Gonzalez's changeup is off the charts good. Orioles not picking it up at all.
Next up, J.J. Hardy.
It's time for you to tweet your strongest fan photo using hashtag NatsCouchCam, and you just might see yourself in an upcoming broadcast that is brought to you by T-Mobile.
Strong promo for a strong picture. That's what we're looking for. Here's J.J. Hardy hitting an uncharacteristic .233. Three career hits and a walk against Gio, who goes first pitch 91 and runs it outside.
Well, this is where the Orioles struggle mightily on their last 8 games. 5 for 54 with runners in scoring position. But get this, they're still hitting .297 as a team, even after the 5 for 54.
Wow. So the timing of the hits has been rough. And with the runner coming right over, Escobar will just tag Nolan Reimold, who didn't make the third baseman make the long throw.
I think Buck Showalter might take a look at this. Nolan Reimold's reaction was that Escobar did not tag him, so hold on. Looked like he got him to me. Let's see.
Yeah, right on the bill of the cap it appeared, the helmet.
I don't know. Pretty good limbo right there by Nolan Reimold, huh? I think that's worth taking another look. Let's see what Buck's going to do. Decisions.
Boy, if he's safe, that's big. Number 9 hitter coming up. In an American League lineup, it's taken a while for the Orioles clubhouse to get a read on that one.
Not sure why Escobar didn't just throw it across the infield, but maybe he thought he had the easy out right in front of him. Yeah, I mean, you just can't get away with anything nowadays. A pretty good slide by Reimold. Let's give the Orioles left fielder some credit on the slide.
Here comes Buck.
I don't know if he got him.
I think Buck might be killing some time here while this clubhouse looks at it some more.
See, that's where I have problems with this whole process.
Yeah. Give him a time limit and make it fast.
Right. No matter who's doing it, Nats, O's, whoever, it's just this whole taking as much time as you want to look at it 14 times in the clubhouse before you use your challenge, while everyone stands around and in a ballpark that's electric and waiting for action. I don't think he tagged him. But is there enough to overturn it? That's, announcer speak for I have to cover myself.
Innings.
I don't know.
Wait a minute.
What are we doing? No challenge.
Innings over.
All right.
A little anticlimactic as we go to break. We'll try to rebuild the suspense for the third inning in a moment.
Geek. That's Sunday, July 19th. The day will feature Star Wars themed characters, photo stations, face painting, music, and more. Additionally, the first 25,000 fans will receive a Washington Nationals edition R2-D2 can cooler. For more details and to look just like Zim, go to nationals.com/Star Wars. All right. It's going to be a fun day at the yard. I love it. Yeah.
Tyler Moore, fastball up and in, 89, third inning underway. Tyler, 324 over his last 14 games. 0 for 2 career against Tillman. Now they bring Jonathan Scope, the second baseman, around to the left field side of second base.
They change formations a lot. I've been watching them so far, and you don't get to see American League teams as much as you like. They play in the same time a lot of the times you are, but they're moving in counts, not for hitters. Something must have said that Tyler Moore is a pull hitter. 0-1.
Lays off the curveball, which was low. Mets got 4 in the bottom of the first against Arizona. Lucas Duda, his 11th. Michael Kadire, his 7th. The Mets are 3 behind the Nats. Tyler thought close enough on a 1-2 count to be swinging. Right down the middle, bounce left side. Machado came forward before it could take that next hop. He's made 12 errors this year, but we know he's a very good athletic third baseman.
Help WUSA 9 support teachers. Teachers Are Superheroes is a project that helps students develop a love of learning by helping teachers get funds for their classroom projects. Go to WUSA9.com to find out more. Both my parents are teachers, and they are superheroes.
That's right.
We're teachers.
On a breaking ball up, it comes down into the strike zone against Michael A. Taylor. Seeing Tillman for the first time. Fastball to the outer edge.
That's a pitch that he's had trouble commanding, the fastball to the glove side this year, and he's tried to kind of slow down his movement and his delivery. And if you watch how he's kind of almost starting in the stretch, there's not a whole lot to his windup, just kind of a little jab step and then he goes. But the arm side fastball, which means the fastball on his arm side, has been good. The glove side fastball, which is away to righties and the lefties, hasn't been so far, but tonight early on he's been sharp.
Taylor, 26 games recently, 10 RBIs, 14 runs. A lot of that out of the number 8 spot. Batting ninth tonight with the Nats using the DH. Got a breaking ball, hit it sharply left side, and Machado to his left. 2 outs. Bringing up Escobar, who has the Nationals' only hit.
Good 2-strike battle, put it in play hard.
Escobar, 92 hits on the year. One more and he's back in the top 10 in the league. Tillman doesn't throw that hard, but I'm seeing some late swings.
Well, that's what made him so successful in the past. He had that jump on his fastball late, and that used to be his out pitch, the elevated fastball. But when you talk to Orioles people, that same jump hasn't been there this year so far. A little cut to that first strike he threw, Escobar. But when you look at his numbers this year, he had an outing against the Blue Jays as recently as June 21st, where he lasted just an inning and a third. Gave up 6 runs on 6 hits.
Escobar and a pitch up, and it's off to the right.
He's got another 2 2/3 against Toronto, so the Blue Jays obviously have his number. They're seeing something that other clubs aren't.
Base is empty, 2 outs. First time through the orders, the Nationals went 1 for 8 with a walk. Escobar's bouncer up the middle, the only hit. Got a fastball high in the air, right field. Chris Davis going back and right in front of that scoreboard makes the grab. Only 3:18 down the line over there. No score, middle third. Nine 1-3. Jeep takes us inside some team records over the last 2+, actually 3+ years now. And the Orioles on the list of the best records. Nats second behind St. Louis. So the top 3 teams, all National League ball clubs. And going back to 2012, the Orioles finished only 2 games back of the Yankees that year. Won 85 games the next year, finished 12 games out. And then last year won their division with 96 wins. Beat the Tigers and lost to Kansas City in the LCS. 1 pitch, 1 hop, 1 throw, 1 out. Jonathan Scope. So Gio allows the Orioles 2 singles their first time around.
I mean, those records are nice. And it shows the consistency of all of those organizations. But in my mind,
what do people remember?
In my mind, the only record that matters is 11 wins in October. That's the one that everybody on that list wants. 12 if you're a wild card.
Yeah. And the Giants fans are saying, hey, we're not on that list. Not a big deal. But consistency during the offseason, or the regular season, has to pay off eventually.
Well, in my mind, Buck Showalter's one of the best managers in baseball, if not the best. He's right up there with Bruce Bochy in my mind.
Well, he's won everywhere he's been. Exit from the Yankees was rather untimely. He had some really good success there.
But when you talk to the players, they just love him. They love everything about him. He's thorough. He listens to what they say. He's as prepared as anybody. He's a great communicator. I think going to the television side helped him in that regard. And my friends that played with him or for him in Arizona would say that he did some unorthodox things where he'd put up the lineup after batting practice, so guys never knew if they were starting in BP. I'd say, are you in there today? And my buddies would say, yeah, I don't know. He puts them up after batting practice, and that's something he would never do now. But I think you learn as a young manager in New York and Arizona. You go to the TV side, you kind of step away from the game and see it from a different perspective, and then you come back in the game and you say, what would I do different this time? Well, he's done a lot of things different. It's all been good.
I worked with him on some of that television stuff, and that's a breaking ball in the dirt. Our first game was at San Francisco. He just wasn't comfortable going down to Dusty's office and talking to him because he had managed against him the previous year. And then as time went on, Buck got a little more relaxed, but it was kind of uncomfortable for him as a broadcaster going into another manager's office, but the day before a game.
Well, maybe that's
which is the network routine.
The Giants and Diamondbacks fought that year.
Yeah,
they did.
But I found him to be very cerebral. He was managing the game from the broadcast booth as well. 3 balls, 2 strikes to Machado. Another long count. Gio's had him lunging, but it's hard to make this kid swing and miss.
I think Matt Williams too. I mean, when you talk about the TV experience and the communication part of it.
Sure.
It's so easy to manage with a tie and makeup on every night. It really is. Classes.
I don't know. I lost a lot of sleep after that rain out the other night. 3-2 and he walked him. Well, Manny Machado just doesn't seem to ever go back to the dugout when he plays the Nats in this yard. He's on for the 2nd time. So here's our next 5. Jordan Zimmerman here tomorrow night. Fox has the game. FB will be on the air with Gary Thorne. The Sunday game, Nats not sure, at least not telling who's pitching yet. Then the break, and then the Dodgers at home next weekend. And WUSA 9 will join us for 2 of those games. Steve Pearce, the hitter. Swinging strikeout on that great changeup Gio threw back in the 1st inning. Target in.
Target in, so when they throw over to first base, and if the hitter happens to look back, you give them a decoy target. That happens all the time. Jose Lobaton puts down the throw over, and he's setting up anywhere but where he's going to be. The first thing a hitter does is look right down at the catcher. And now you see him sitting up away, setting up in on the throw over, setting up away on this pitch.
Nice. 1-1 pitch way outside. Steve Pearce had a breakthrough season for the Orioles last year. 21 homers, 49 RBIs in 102 games. He hurt the Nats in the 2-game series up here.
They're just not seeing the changeup. This might be the best one he's had all year. Hitter after hitter is thinking that that's the fastball from Gio Gonzalez, and he's got great arm speed and great action late on his changeup here tonight early.
One-two pitch.
And guess where he's going after that high fastball? Right back to the changeup. There's just to change his eye level, maybe buzz him up and in. Fastball in.
Gorgeous night at Camden Yards. Nissan will track the at bat here. Only one pitch to the inside edge. Manny Machado 13 for 15 this year. He has the 8th most steals in the American League. So he'll be a 20-20 guy. 19 home runs already. And this kid could go 25-25 or 30-30. Just turned 23. Two-two pitch, runner holding. Breaking ball misses. Another long count.
But you can see Pearce right now. His balance isn't there. You saw how he took that pitch from Gio Gonzalez. And the first time we showed him striking out on the changeup, he's really rocking back far. And as a hitter, when you rock back far, it means you got to go forward far. And now your head's moving. And just the balance that he has in his swing right now, you can tell that he just might be a little bit off.
3-2, 1 out. We'll see if Machado's running here. He's not. Swing and a miss on the off speed again. Gio pulls the string twice. Pierce, 2 of the 3 strikeouts so far.
Well, changeup's just been deadly tonight for Gio, and we're going to show you the side swing after this and maybe get an idea of the balance that Pierce doesn't have right now and how much he's moving. He's even spread out here with 2 strikes, but you see him rock back. His head's moving a good foot, and now you have your eyes moving at a target that's coming towards you moving, and too much stuff going on to see the ball good. And when he's locked in, he just basically picks his foot up, puts it down in a very powerful swing. But tonight he's jumpy.
Now here's Adam Jones. Gio got ahead of him first time and then buried a curveball on 3 pitches to strike him out.
Good
low
frame.
in the zone, a strike.
Good frame.
And Adam Jones having a quick Q&A with Mike Estabrook, the home plate umpire. Machado running. Lobaton right on target. Ball waiting for the base runner, and he's out. Manny Machado gunned down for only the 3rd time this year.
Oh, quick release, got right on top of it. The ball had no run to it. Look how straight it stays. Right on the money to get Machado. Great throw.
College moment in history. 2 years ago here, Ryan Zimmerman goes down and gets one against Chris Tillman. Bang! Out by the bullpen. This one high in the air, straightaway center. Adam Jones. Nothing to climb there. And then this one the other way. Ryan Zimmerman uses the ballpark, hits 3 home runs. But there was one of 2 really odd games Jordan Zimmerman had that year. Jordan couldn't hold a big lead. It also happened to him in Cleveland later in the season. But that was historical. Ryan Zimmerman, 3 homers off the same pitcher.
Yeah, consecutive. We thought he was going to hit 4 that night. Warm night at Camden Yards. Ball was flying. Chris Davis had a big night. I think the score was 42-41.
Yeah.
It was a good one.
Well, that 2-point conversion at the end did it for Baltimore. But Ryan, we miss you, buddy. We hope you enjoyed seeing that. We know that you want to be here and in between the lines. 1-0, Danny Espinosa. And he got under one. High in the air, way foul. Look out, folks. Little cloud cover rolling in here. It is 8:06. The ball game has been underway for 1 hour. It's the top of the 4th inning. BCFP, DK here. The whole Masson family getting together this weekend at Camden Yards. 2 balls, 1 strike. Espinosa rips one. He's out ahead. Hits it right past the tarp foul. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Besides Bryce Harper, most valuable player before the All-Star break for the Nats. Go.
Well, Scherzer on one side, but Danny Espinosa is my sneaky guy right after that.
Denard Span's up there.
Sure. Danny's been pretty much grinding it every day. Pops that one up over the left side for Machado. Fourth inning underway. Harper and Ramos the next two.
Don't miss the DMV's premier PGA Tour golf event, the Quicken Loans National at Bushwood Country Club. Join host Tiger Woods July 28th through August 2nd at the Robert Trent Jones Golf Club. For tickets, go to QLnational.com. It's always a good one. Can't wait. Are we in town for that?
Have to check. I'm just trying to get us to Sunday. Up in the zone with the breaking ball. It's good to Bryce Harper, who struck out on that knuckle curve first time up. He had seen a fastball or two, and then Tillman went off speed to get him. Shift on. Jonathan Scope in right field. And the fastball, 93, low and away.
You know who's going to benefit the most when everybody's healthy is the guy in the batter's box right now. I mean, you talk about working through Denard Span and Anthony Rendon and Jason Worth to get to Bryce Harper, guys that are going to see 6, 7, 8 pitches and make you work. And then by the time you get to one of the best hitters in the National League, you're a little bit fatigued. You've really had to work hard to cut through the lineup to get to this point, and you have protection behind him as well. Wilson Ramos doing a nice job in everybody's absence. I mean, you're hoping for a huge second half once this club gets healthy and starts to click.
2-1 pitch. Look out. It's way foul. Rocket into the seats over there.
I like the hats on the giveaway tonight. He caught it a little bit out in front. Head perfectly still. We were talking about Steve Pearce's swing. This one kind of just the opposite.
And then Bryce has the 92 fastball thrown by him. 3 strikeouts for Tillman. Harper twice.
First time it was a big curveball. This time the 2-seam runner. And we talked about the arm side location for Chris Tillman. That one was perfect.
Wilson Ramos, the DH. Struck out looking first time as Tillman got ahead of him and then ran a fastball back to the outside half, and Wilson took the brunt of that foul ball down near that left shin guard.
He's used to taking all kinds of different foul balls off him, whether he's catching, hitting. And on a night when he's DHing, he hits himself in the foot with a foul ball.
Yeah. On a pitch up. 3-hopper, J.J. Hardy, and the Nats go in order. And they still have one infield hit through 4 innings against Chris Tillman.
Changeup has just been exceptional. I want to show you a few of the Geico highlights. And the arm speed, the release point, the location. You see how it dips late? This last shot we're going to show you, it's another good one right here. But watch the last one on the Exmo. This will give you an idea how good the changeup is tonight. Look at this. Just turning it over, diving down and away. And Steve Pearce cannot stay back. Maybe the best pitch of the night from Gio Gonzalez. So the changeup has been exceptional the first 3 innings for Gio.
And one of the great anguished looks of the season on a hitter who'd just been had by an off-speed pitch. So Adam Jones was in the batter's box when Manny Machado was gunned down by Jose Lobaton, who's helping Gio do it all so far tonight. Jones struck out first time up back in the first. Resets the count, and here we go. Bottom 4, 3, 4, 5 due up. And he goes to left, and the Orioles have the lead. That was off speed, but it was sitting upstairs. Adam Jones is 12th.
Well, that one was a little bit elevated. Maybe the first mistake he's made all night. And Adam Jones is a smart hitter. And he's watching Gio Gonzalez throw changeup after changeup. And he's seeing his teammates, maybe even himself, his first time up out in front of the change. What does he do? He sits on one. And you can sit on pitches as a major league hitter and just swing at them because you get it right. But Adam Jones is a guy that's smart enough to sit on a pitch and make it be up and swing at it. And that's exactly what he did to put his team ahead.
That ball was about 3 rows from the aisle up there. Probably a 400-foot shot or very close to it. Breaking ball down and in.
All major league hitters are guess hitters until they get to 2 strikes, and even then some guys guess. But the biggest problem you can run into is guessing right. And what do I mean by that? Well, just because you guessed curveball, you swing at curveball, but there's next level stuff. When you guess curveball, you make it be up. You guess changeup, you make it be up.
That ball scoots on through by Matt Wieters after hitting the mound. And here's where the value of Jose Lobaton comes in, handling Gio, trying to keep him settled down. Proceed with his work to get out of this inning, and Chris Davis is next. Meat of the order, and it's as dangerous a 3, 4, 5 really as any team in baseball. Now that Matt Wieters is back and swinging well. Davis jammed first time, bounced out to Tyler Moore. First target is in there again, and that's a beauty on the inside edge.
Chris Davis having trouble getting that fastball in.
So Adam Jones, 12th homer of the year, RBI number 41. Target away. Gio misses straight up.
Adam Jones is a superstar player that I don't think gets enough credit for playing hard. And not too many times do you see the elite players in baseball that get after it every single day, run every ball out hard, break up double plays, run into fences. I just love the way he plays. I mean, he's talent plus effort every single night.
Front door breaking ball, and Chris Davis fouls it.
And I think people talk about the talent part of his game maybe a little bit too much and not about the effort part, which goes a little bit under the radar because he is so talented.
He'll be 30 August 1st. That deal with Seattle was back in February of 08 that brought him and Chris Tillman. It was a 7-player deal, but the principals, really the principal, was Eric Bedard going from here to Seattle. How does that deal look now? Unbelievable for the Orioles, the payoff over the years.
Enjoy watching him play.
Yep. He's made one error in center field this year. He's won 4 Gold Gloves in 3 straight. One ball, 2 strikes. Gio to Davis. Right down the middle. There's a guess for you. You said some guys will still guess on strike 2, and that's what he did.
Yeah, I might have been thinking curveball right there, that he was getting closer to the fastball, but just kind of locked him up. Sometimes you can guess different location too. You could be on the right pitch with your guessing game and be looking away and it's in. That'll lock you up too. Not necessarily have to be a different pitch.
Here's Nolan Reimold, who singled off Gio's glove first time. And that ball hit his foot on the way out to Escobar, who tagged him at third base on that unusual play to end the 2nd inning.
Ish. Tagged him ish.
Ball had a little run to it and just didn't come back. 1 ball, 1 strike. .91 by him. Strike 2. Reimold, 2nd rounder 10 years ago, in the minor leagues for 7 years. Got to the big leagues, had a herniated disc a couple of years ago, and has battled his way back now at the age of 31. 1-2 pitch. How high was it? Nissan?
A little late run back to it. Looked pretty good.
Wow. Mike Estabrook looking to the side and then calling it ball 3. 10-year veteran behind the plate tonight.
This one looked a little bit in, but Lobaton tries to frame it in the zone, and he held it there for a while.
We'll see if the Orioles start the runner here with 1 out. Wieters at first. They don't run much, and he's not going anywhere. Tapper to Gio. He'll take the out at first to Tyler Moore. 2 down.
Well, good decision right there by Gio. I want to throw that one to center field. It would have been rushed. Attention Nationals families. Saturdays and Sundays this season are Harris Teeter Family Fun Pack days. With every family Fun Pack ticket, enjoy a hot dog, chips, and a drink while soaking in some Nats baseball. For tickets and information, visit nationals.com/family.
Jimmy Paredes. Bounce back to Gio first time. Big curveball, dropping a hammer on the right-handed hitter. Big crowd at the yards tonight. Orioles only averaging 28,866, but they'll pick up over 100,000 easily this weekend. Another breaking ball, and Paredes swinging from the heels.
Question: what does one game with nobody in the ballpark do to your average for a season? I mean,
it's a crashing sound.
It's got to be.
Yeah.
I mean, that number can't be accurate, is my point. If they counted that game.
Yeah. Well, they had one like here. Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
They had a game with nobody in the ballpark, so that average, that number's skewed.
We'll have to find out about that. I would imagine they would maybe have gone with advanced tickets sold for that game, but it's a really good question. Find out.
Not the case tonight. This place is jumping.
It is. Two. Wieters at second, 2 outs. Bryce Harper playing a little shallow on the offside, knowing a catcher's running in case there's a base hit over that way. And Gio goes off speed and fills the count 3-2.
This might be one of those. There's a catcher on second. Let's go no sign right here. What do you feel most comfortable with? What do you have the most confidence in this big pitch? 3-2, 2 outs. See if they go sign. Negative. Here we go.
3-2 with 2 outs. Missed with 92. And that's Gio's second walk of the night. He's had a walk in 2 straight innings now. 2 on, 2 out for J.J. Hardy. Hardy hit the bouncing ball first time up to Escobar on that tag play. Well, this is in a little jeopardy right now. Consecutive games. Walking 2 or fewer by starters. The Nats are at 20 and counting. Twice to the outside edge.
And I think they're using taps with Matt Wieters on second base. And what does that mean? You'll see Jose Lobaton go through a series of taps. Whatever one is the hot one, that's we're going to use the second sign, third sign, first sign, and then he goes with signs after. So maybe this means the third sign. Who knows? But the taps are giving Gio the information on what sign they're using in the sequence.
0-2. Hardy bounces one to the bag. Danny Espinosa will throw to first. And the Nats are out of the inning. So on a weekend when a couple of heavyweights are getting together here in the Battle of the Beltways, Adam Jones has landed the first haymaker. 1-0. Jose Lobaton having a night. Adam Jones having a night with his 12th home run of the year. Top 5. Robinson, Desmond, Lobaton for the Nats in a 1-0 game. Chris Tillman just threw his 62nd pitch of the night. The Nats this year, actually since the beginning of last year, without Denard Span or an under 500 ball club. With him, they're way over 500. So have to find a way to battle through this without the leadoff guy in there. And that's beyond the reach of Jonathan Scope, as Clint Robinson got that bat around. Second hit for the Nats.
Yeah, nice swing by Clint Robinson. Leadoff man aboard. Ian Desmond with a walk his first time up. Saw a lot of pitches. Had a good at-bat. So second hit of the night for the Nats. Good effort by Scope.
Here's Ian Desmond, who walked his first time. That's right in there. Really the first strike Ian has seen. Be nice to get him a big weekend here. Give Ian a couple of days to relax and come back loaded for the Dodgers next Friday. It's a breaking ball off to the side. Just a couple of hits in his last 25 at bats, but he didn't do anything to reach for anything in that first at bat and took the base on balls.
You know, all the criticism of Desmond this year, you know, he's a guy that has posted every day. He's a guy that's in the lineup every day. He's always playing hard. And he hasn't had the first half he's wanted to yet. But there's value in knowing that you're going to get a guy that's in there every single day.
And he fights that one off for a base hit. That was not easy on 0-2. Close enough to be swinging, and Ian Desmond's on for the second time.
And the bottom line is, if the Nats want to do what they want to do in October, they're going to need him. And you're thinking and hoping, if you're a fan or even in the third base dugout, that he's going to have a big post-All-Star break explosion. But I've been around a lot of guys that have struggled, and you can't even talk to him. Ian Desmond's the same guy every single day, whether he's hitting 200 or hitting 300, and there's something to be said for that, because in the game of baseball, that's not common. Usually guys are happy hit guys. If they're getting their knocks, they're the nicest guy in the world. If they're not, you can't even talk to him, and he's been the same every single day all year.
Well, there's no pitcher, of course, hitting, because we're in the American League ballpark. So Moore and Taylor coming up. Is Jose Lobaton bunting here? Orioles think so. Machado's on the grass at third, Pierce at first, both ready to pinch. And Lobaton shows no sign on the first pitch of squaring around. Good numbers with runners in scoring position. More than half of his RBIs right there.
I think you bunt in this situation based on where you are in the lineup, who's coming up after you, and what kind of wheels you have on the bases. All those things go into account. Ballpark, you know, does the ball flies at a hitter's park? So, you know, maybe late in the game, 7th or 8th, you bunt in this situation with your 7-hole hitter. But I don't think right now, not to get to 8 and 9.
He'll take ball 2.
That sounded bad. No offense to 8 and 9, but just in general.
Yeah.
As a rule, I think all the circumstances are swing away.
Well, and then when the count goes in your favor, good things can happen. And that ball was tailing out toward the outer half, and Jose had a good swing. There's Tyler Moore in the number 8 spot. He and Taylor, who hits behind him, both chopped ground balls over to Manny Machado first time up. Ground ball right side, and the catcher's going to have to hustle. Desmond tried to go after his guy at second, and they turned the 4-6-3 double play.
Ian Desmond went flying into second base with a late, tough, clean slide. Watch this. Talk about playing hard every day. But a nice clear by J.J. Hardy. That's a veteran guy that knew that Ian Desmond was going to come to get him. And like I say, that's shortstop on shortstop crime. If you're going to go in hard, you know he's going to go in hard. But that's the way you play the game, and he's getting some nuts for the base hit and the way he went into second base.
So now Tyler Moore with 2 outs to try to get the Nats even or ahead. Orioles have turned 2 important double plays tonight. 92 just a little off the plate. Clint Robinson single to start the inning. Tillman wants a new baseball as the count goes to 2-0. Tyler Moore has 25 hits this year. They have produced 17 runs. And they got a breaking ball, and that's foul outside the third base bag.
Looking for a 2-0 fastball. Got the slider. Boy, that right side's there. And we've seen Tyler Moore hit a ground ball to second base before. But you look at Steve Pearce, he is almost playing second. I mean, he is really going to have to scramble to cover the bag on a ground ball.
Two on pitch. That's 3-1.
It's the furthest I've ever seen a first baseman off the bag.
Tyler Moore, right field line. He goes the other way and ties the game. Ball slicing into the corner. And now Tyler Moore has 26 hits on the year, and they have produced 18 runs.
Two-out knock is huge. So you're thinking rally killing double play? Not so fast. Tyler Moore with an inside-out swing, staying back on the fastball, protecting against the slider. Look at the head down. A little bit harder than his huge hit in the playoffs against the Cardinals in St. Louis, but in the same spot. And a big 2-out hit for the Nats to tie this 1-1.
Here's Michael A. Taylor, has the same thing in mind here. And they're playing him in similar fashion. He pulls one left side, base hit. Tyler Moore's coming home, and the ball is bobbled by Reimold. He doesn't have a chance to make the throw, and the Nats lead 2-1. How about numbers 8 and 9 producing RBIs in the American League ballpark?
Yeah, take that, color analyst, dogging the 8 and 9 hitters that come up with a double and a single, and this would have been close at the plate. The speed of the ball gave Bob Henley the chance to send Tyler Moore, but if Reimold comes up with that, there was going to be a play at the plate, and it was going to be close.
4 hits in the inning after 1 hit through 4 innings, and now Escobar the hitter. That plays a little bit like the double play. You can't assume the runner's going to be thrown out at home, so it's a single with an RBI. 2 outs, runner going, and top of the order Escobar.
A 2-out lightning here in the 5th.
Yunel Escobar 1 for 2 tonight. Escobar's driven in 27 this year. And with the runner going, he tucks it right in behind Michael A. Taylor. Nationals putting that runner in motion, and it's a 5-hit inning.
Pretty good jump by Michael Taylor right there. He had that bag stolen, but you watch Jonathan Scope, and he's covering the base, and the whole right side was open. And even if he wasn't covering where he was playing, that was a base hit either way. So you saw 3 Orioles on the left side of the infield, and Tyler Moore hits a double down the right field line. You see basically 3 on the left side there for Yunel Escobar. And it always blows my mind that in interleague play, when teams meet for the first time, I know there's a lot of data at this part of the season, but the team shifts so drastically on teams they've never played before.
5-hit inning. Dave Wallace, the pitching coach, has completed his visit. Buck's on the phone to the Oriole bullpen, and Danny Espinosa trying to put a big crooked number on the board for Washington here. Escobar, by the way, with 2 hits tonight, 93. He's back in the top 10 in the National League in base hits. Espinosa 1 for 5 career against Tillman, 0 for 2 tonight on a ground ball and a pop-up. Got jammed, and straight back it comes. Right-hander Brad Brock is up in the Oriole bullpen. Right on the outside edge. Good fastball, his 80th pitch. Bryce Harper lurking. He's had 2 looks at Tillman. Gio in the background has the lead. And Espinosa snapping that bat back. Tim Welke says no swing. Espinosa takes strike 3 with 2 men on base to end the inning. The Nats get 2 runs on 5 hits. A double play was huge for the Orioles, but Washington's on top.
mentioned earlier that bench coach Randy Knorr is back with the ball club today after taking some time away to mourn the wife of his loss, Kimberly. And Knorr is really beloved by this Nationals ball club. Earlier today, reliever Aaron Barrett was chatting with reporters, and he put a stop to that conversation to say, I just want to make it a point to say how amazing it is to have Randy back. Bob Hedley has known Randy Knorr for 10 years, said this team, this coaching staff is like a family, and he's heartbroken, and we're all heartbroken with him. Ian Desmond has also known Knorr for a decade. He said, I love winning, so having Randy back will help us a lot from a baseball perspective. Beyond that, I love the man, and it's a big boost to this ball club having him back.
All right, thank you, Dan. Yeah, let's win one for Randy tonight. Why not? Outside, 1 ball, 1 strike, bottom of the 5th underway. Jonathan Scope, the hitter, hit a comebacker to Gio first time. It's great to see the jersey being worn in the dugout and no longer hanging in the dugout because Randy's back. Good job by Scope of going the other way in the 5th inning. And the Orioles have their 5th base hit. Nats have had 6.
Well, this is your extended family. When you're with a ball club for 8-9 months out of the year, and you've been in this organization as long as Randy has, it's good to be back with people that you love and people that love you, and we're glad he's back. We missed him a lot.
Leadoff man on. Here's Machado, who's been on twice. He goes up hacking. Gio's had him to a couple of long counts. Pulled a base hit in the 1st and then walked in the 3rd. And a breaking ball hit out to left. He didn't get it. Ball's in between the outfielders. And Michael A. Taylor must not have called Clint Robinson off that ball. Shades of Fenway Park there. Unfortunately, it was caught. That's a couple of big guys hitting each other hard.
Well, on the road, you can't hear. Whether you're calling it or not, we'll see on the replay. You can't hear. The crowd will cheer every fly ball, and they'll get louder as it gets closer, and especially if they see 2 players converging together. You heard it here at Camden Yards. So we see Denard Span do it all the time. They're both calling for it. You can see Michael Taylor calling for it, Clint Robinson calling for it. Neither one of them hears each other. I could stand right next to you, Carp, out there in that same position screaming, I got it, I got it, I got it. You're not hearing me. So what you generally do on the road is you use hand signals. It's almost like a fair catch sign for a punt returner in football. And as the off outfielder, you generally look at your center fielder to see if he's got his hand in the air. Infielders would do it to outfielders. Outfielders would do it to the off outfielder. So it's more hand signals and verbal signals on the road. Neither one of them had a hand signal. That's why they crashed.
1 out and a very important one. Here's Steve Pearce. I think his batting gloves went through the hitting zone, but his bat didn't. He somehow kind of folded the bat straight back here. Well, I guess they don't call it when the bat's pointing straight down.
Yeah, that might be the best check swing ever. So who ended up catching that?
Taylor.
Thank you.
And then as Michael made the transfer, he almost dropped it. He kind of trapped the ball against his jersey. Pierce fouls one back.
More looking at who was calling it, but they both were. I mean, we've all been to rock concerts. Imagine trying to call somebody off at a rock concert. That's what it's like out there when you're on the road.
Huh? 1-2 to Pierce. Gio's gone to the off speed to strike him out twice. Tries to bang him with the fastball there, and it's up into the 3rd level here. Adam Jones on deck. 12th homer of the year, his last time up, leading off last inning. Breaking ball, Escobar to Espinosa. Danny hangs in there and turns the 5-4-3 double play.
That was pretty.
Yeah, a couple of long throws on this one.
Well, the key is the feed. Escobar gets rid of it quick, and Espinosa same way with something on it. Beautiful. Mercedes-Benz of Alexandria. 2-1 Nats as we go to the top of the 6th inning. Adam Jones doing some damage. Tyler Moore with a big 2-out hit. Michael Taylor with a big 2-out hit. And we're going to show you. Clint Robinson led off the 5th with a knock. Then Ian Desmond with a nice swing going to right field. And then Tyler Moore, after a 4-6-3 double play, doubles down the right field line. That scores Clint Robinson from third. And then Michael Taylor with a big 2-out knock and a good send by Bob Henley. Tyler Moore scores, and that's where we're at, 2-1 Nationals.
And home plate running coach Yunel Escobar told him he could stand up. Bryce Harper, he was looking first pitch fastball, then he couldn't stop his swing on a pitch way upstairs. Top 6, 2-1 Nats. Bryce came into this game hitting .341 on the road, .348 overall against right-handed pitching. Way outside, changeup, 2-1. Right off the end of the bat, base hit.
That'd be a double. He was thinking about it. Did you see him?
Only question was, did it have enough spin to go anywhere near the bag? And it did not.
When you're having one of those storybook seasons, all the hits fall. Remember the other night, the one that fell into left field, and now the swinging bunt from Bryce Harper. Cue shot down the third baseline, he'll take it. That's how you hit 340 plus. 343 now with the 1-for-3.
Power hitter who can put the ball in play. There's Wilson Ramos. He has struck out looking, bounced out to short. Breaking ball up, and he was a little late for it. Nats box, an Escobar infield hit in the first. And then all the hits, well, nearly all of them we showed you, except for the Escobar single last inning, bunched into that 2-run, 5-hit 5th inning. Ian Desmond has drawn a walk and singled. Am I imagining something here, or does Wilson Ramos on that setup look a little closer to the plate than I've seen him? Looked to me like the hands and the elbows. Well, now
I'm pretty sure you're imagining something.
But but he's more wide open this time. That was interesting.
I mean, you could imagine whatever you wanted. He might be a little closer. Maybe his open stance is not quite as open as it has been, and that's what you're seeing.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
And there was a time when that left foot was on the chalk line, and now it's not.
Target away. Jammed, fights it off. For the Achiever in You, PNC Bank with our minor league report. Nick Pivetta promoted from High A Potomac, and tonight with Double-A Harrisburg. 3 earned runs in 6 innings. Gave up 1 long ball, but after a promotion, not a bad first outing.
Call him up.
I did note to our producer, Chip Winfield, that if the Nats have a lead, they could use one pitcher for each of the last 9 outs of this game from the bullpen. I've never seen a 9-man bullpen when it's not September. But it is the weekend before the All-Star break. 2-2 pitch. Ramos on a pitch low. Misses it. The bat goes straight back. And that's the first out of the inning. For Chris Tillman, strikeout number 5.
I think Wilson's frustrated right now, probably with the strikeout, but more so that the bat came out of his hands. He felt like maybe if it stayed in his hands, he would have hit that pitch. And you never see animation from the Buffalo, but he was not happy. And maybe lost the grip on the bat in the middle of that swing, and you just saw the end result at the very last part.
Here's Clint Robinson. They try him on the outside edge after they jammed him last time. And he got his hands inside the ball for a base hit to right that started that 5th inning rally. On the edge. How about Clint Robinson? 319 on the road. They're going to try to go in there again. Pitch too high to reach. Strike 2.
I always thought my teammates that had young children played better on the road because they finally got some sleep.
Well, I think there might be a lot to that. 1-2. Runner aboard, short lead by Bryce. 2-2 pitch with 1 out. And Robinson goes down to get the off speed. Good job to foul it off. So 3 pitches short of 100 for Tillman here. With only 1 out, 6th inning. Gio, by the way, is at 87 pitches through his 5. Robinson, left side. Out of play. One footnote, though, on Gio. That double play gave him a 10-pitch 5th inning.
Lathered up, humid night.
Robinson hanging in during this at bat. And he turns on one, and it's off the glove of Steve Pearce. Another base hit for Clint Robinson. That's a great at bat. 2 on, 1 out. And the Nats have 7 hits in the last 2 innings.
I'll tell you, that's a great play by Steve Pearce. That's a run. That's a 3-1 ball game. If he doesn't glove this, that's down the corner. He's coming off the base. He's very shallow. The ball was scalded off the bat of Clint Robinson. If he doesn't touch it, Robinson's on second, and it's 3-1 Nats. Bryce Harper scores on that easily. So good at bat by Robinson, and now Ian Desmond has a chance to do some damage.
Base hit for Ian last time. The other way, walked his first time. Orioles bullpen busy again. They're getting to Chris Tillman big time here in the 5th and the 6th. Ooh, Desmond fastball right down the middle. Pretty good block by Matt Wieters with 2 men aboard in that breaking ball. Clint Robinson at first. Bryce Harper 90 feet in front of him. 108 mph on that base hit. Desmond out to second. Slow roller. He'll beat the relay. Inning still alive, and Harper back into third. It'll be 2-on-2 out for Jose Lobaton.
Slug your way to the home run derby crown and master the free award-winning game millions are playing. It was capitalized. Download MLB.com Home Run Derby free on the App Store and Google Play. It's a good game. I've played it. Manny Machado going to be in the home run derby.
Trying to talk Bryce into it?
Yeah, so, come on, man. What are you doing? We could have been in the first bracket against each other. I like the fact that Bryce isn't in the home run derby, even though there's a part of me who wants to see how far he can hit it.
There will be boats on the Ohio River for that.
And on the other side, maybe too.
Here's Lobaton. Runner going. They snap it to the pitcher, hoping to catch Bryce off third base. And Ian Desmond has his 4th steal of the year.
2012, 2013, and maybe 2014, Bryce Harper bites on that. 2015, Bryce Harper just staying right at the bag, read it all the way. Still having some fun with Manny Machado over there. That's the superstar club, folks.
Yeah.
That's the young superstar club.
We are not entitled to that conversation.
Yeah, we can't even look that way.
Lobaton could drive in 2 with a hit. Takes the changeup up and away. Ball 2.
That might be a good luck in the home run derby. Machado trying to join Cal Ripken Jr., who won it in 1991, and Miguel Tejada, who won it in 2004 for the Orioles. Ripken hit 12, and Tejada hit 27 in 3 rounds at Minute Maid Park.
Lobaton out ahead. Strike 1.
And it's the 3rd straight year the O's have had a participant. Adam Jones and Chris Davis before Machado. I won't be a fly on the wall down there.
You know, Machado's the old man. He just turned 23 4 days ago. Meanwhile, Tillman wiping his brow.
Can you be a fly on the wall when there's no walls?
If you can fly.
Fly in the bag, maybe? I think they should mic up everybody. It'd be awesome.
2-1 pitch.
Although there'd have to be a delay.
The Lobaton swings through 92. And the count's even. Oriole Park at Camden Yards. One of baseball's greatest yards, BCFB DK. And the Nats are trying to add to their 2-1 lead here. They've had 7 hits in the 5th and the 6th innings combined. It's up to Lobaton, who's bounced into 2 double plays tonight. And he can't get that fastball upstairs. The Nats have stranded 4 runners in the last 2 innings and 5 in the game. So Machado has a base hit and a walk tonight. Bryce has a hit, and they are best buddies tonight.
laid on his head. Adam Jones ready to hit. And we're going to go back to the fourth inning. It's time for Yellowwood bringing the lumber. Adam Jones, 12th home run of the year, 41st RBI. Looks like he sat on a changeup from Gio Gonzalez. First pitch tater. And that's the run for the Orioles so far in this game. 2-1 Nats.
A low 5 for number 12. Adam Jones leads off here in the 6th. Wieters and Davis to follow on a brilliant baseball evening in Baltimore.
So change up first pitch last time for a home run. Probably sitting on a fastball this time, first pitch. See if they throw the curve. Fastball.
Couldn't stop his swing. It was off the plate.
That's one of those where you're sitting on it. You get it. It wasn't a strike.
Not a whole lot else for the Orioles. First inning hit by Machado. Second inning infield hit Nolan Reimold. A Wieters single after the Jones homer. And a Jonathan Scope base hit to right last inning. He was erased on the double play ball. Had him reaching. Great pitch. And a one-hopper to Gio Gonzalez.
So pull side homer on a changeup that was away. He went out, caught it out front, pulled it. And what does he get next time up at a 2-1 game? 2 perfectly paced two-seam fastballs in the outer half. So he changes his game plan. He's obviously not sitting on a changeup because he hit a tater with it. He got the fastball guessed right. It wasn't where he was looking in the location. And 2 perfectly placed pitches for a big out here in the 6th by Gio Gonzalez.
Matt Wieters a base hit up the middle off the mound last time.
I think that curveball went through the Orioles dugout and came back for a strike.
Matt Wieters just short of 80 at bats on the year as he makes his road back. Didn't play after May 10th last year because of a right elbow strain. Had Tommy John surgery middle of June last year. Pulls it left side. Escobar can't get it. Matt Wieters 2 for 3.
Tell you what, Yunel Escobar needs the all-star break in a big way. Watch him kind of hobble after this ball. That's not the same kind of range he showed early in the season. So chiefing it out with a bad hamstring, doing a nice job of playing through some pain here tonight. He's got a couple of singles. He's hit a hard ball to center field, and he could use 4 days off.
Chris Davis 0 for 2. A ground ball to first and a taken third strike last time. .90 to the outside half.
See the dilemma they face here. They've gone in twice, and they're going in again. And the reason it's a dilemma is you got a big guy in the box that can pull a ball out of this ballpark and make it 3-2 in a hurry. But you're going based on what you've seen the first couple at bats. He's tied him up with the heater in.
0-2. Lobaton sets up inner edge. They jam him into a routine fly ball. Bryce Harper right there. 2 outs. Just in the kitchen far enough.
Well, it was perfectly placed. We showed you the Adam Jones sinkers, the guy who's done the damage. And look at Gio Gonzalez. Nerves of a burglar right here going into Chris Davis. And perfectly placed. Davis has struggled to get to that pitch all night. And when he's right, that's a pitch he can get to. But good job by Jose Lobaton. Good confidence by Gio Gonzalez and execution of the game plan. That was nice.
Now the left fielder, Nolan Reimold. Hit the ball up the middle twice, once off Gio's glove, and then a comebacker the second time. Both bullpens busy.
Check out Matt Wieder's lead and tell me if you think he's going. Maybe the smallest lead I've seen all year. He's just hanging out.
Aaron Barrett reactivated today. Took the roster spot of Jordan Zimmerman, who went on the paternity list today. But Jordan will be back to start tomorrow here. So one other pitcher will have to be dropped from the bullpen. 2-1, and Reimold extending to reach that one.
It's time for you to tweet your strongest fan photo using hashtag NatsCouchCam, and you just might see yourself in an upcoming broadcast that's brought to you by T-Mobile.
Two balls, two strikes. Got him.
Coming in hot.
Yes, sir. Gio Gonzalez, 5 strikeouts in 6 innings. Will he be out for a 7th and a possible 3 times in a row 7 innings of work? Is presented by authority of the Washington Nationals and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. And the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the expressed written consent of the Washington Nationals. On to the 7th inning here in Baltimore. And every time the Nats walk this year, it's $50 to support Girls on the Run DC. So this year, 263 walks, over $13,000. Take that first step towards a healthier, more active lifestyle. Care First Blue Cross Blue Shield wants you to go for a walk. And he's gone from an undrafted free agent to a Rule 5 guy to picked up twice on waivers to an all-star. Darren O'Day is going to Cincinnati. He takes over for the O's here in the 7th inning.
Throws a riser, and look at the opponent's average, 151. Little slider to go with it. Tyler Moore guessing fastball. And this is a guy you have to make it start around your ankles and hope it's about mid-thigh high when you start your swing.
Tyler Moore 0 for 1 career against him with a walk. So 6 innings for Tillman, 8 hits, 2 runs, a walk, 6 strikeouts. He harnessed his control tonight, but he did give up a whole lot of hits his last 2 innings. The Nats twice were 2-out hits away from blowing this ball game open.
Yeah, 8 hits tonight. He gave up 10 hits his last outing.
1-1. That's a breaking ball hit off to the right side. So you look at a guy like this, shades of Chad Bradford, guys who come from way down under, seemingly their knuckles inches above the mound. Dan Quisenberry way back when.
He really doesn't drop that far down. I would say just a little bit below the belt. But the angle he creates when he kind of dips his shoulder is such that the ball looks like it's going uphill. I mean, his
that goes. Tyler somehow out of the way.
He just kind of dips down, but if you look at his release point, it's really 3/4 and barely sidearm. Watch his release point. So it looks like he's going down, but look where he is when he releases it. It's above the belt. And you see the ball kind of rise with his sink on it. Tyler Moore doing his best to get out of the way.
Yeah, Bradford was probably the lowest release point I've ever seen.
But the way he starts, it looks like he's going to drag his knuckles. He just doesn't. I mean, the window, the release point window is right about there.
2 balls, 2 strikes now. As that ball somehow missed Tyler Moore. That one way upstairs. And Tyler, the game's big hit right now for the Nats. The game tying opposite field double 2 innings ago. Just give him some at bats. Continues to do the job. Tyler Moore 12 for his last 35. That's in there.
Nasty.
It is tough not to give up on that pitch.
I mean, it's like a bowler that starts the ball right on the gutter and half the ball's out on the gutter and half the ball's on the lane, and it comes back and hits the head pin.
Well, he threw a strike that time. Here's Taylor. RBI hit last time for Michael, pulling one through the left side. He faces the sidewinder for the first time. O'Day sporting a 1.10 ERA. 44 strikeouts now in 33 innings. And the leagues are hitting a .51 against him. Taylor will get enough of that into left field. And Michael A. Taylor's 2 for 3. And we'll see if the Nats decide to do something with the runner here. Leading by 1, top of the order.
Well, the reason Matt Williams hit Michael Taylor 9th tonight is so he'd have 2 leadoff hitters, one at the bottom of the order, one at the top. And you're wondering, with Yunel Escobar's leg and having to leg out that single in the first and him kind of hobbling around here tonight, if Michael Taylor might lead off tomorrow. Great swing, second hit of the night. And Michael Taylor has been fantastic since becoming an everyday player.
And with Escobar's leg in mind, maybe you start a runner to stay out of a double play here. We'll see.
Well, you got a guy that can handle the bat. The only thing is are you guaranteed contact with Darren O'Day on the mound? I don't know.
Michael A. 8 for 10 stealing this year. He was on the move 2 innings ago when Escobar singled to right field with 2 outs.
I'd be more inclined to go straight steal versus a hit and run.
Nats have now hit the Orioles 9-6.
That's a big lead.
Yeah, I'm all in on the straight steal too.
He was going. Remember Wieters with the Tommy John surgery, and when you talk to Orioles people, he doesn't throw like he used to. He was tough to steal on back in the day, but that shoulder's, that elbow, not the same.
Yeah, he had a gun. .1-0 the count.
Big lead. Wow.
He's going. Escobar fouls it.
Had it stolen. Look at the lead. Look at the jump. And Yunel Escobar thinking about using that hole in a first and third situation. Couldn't hold up.
Yeah, Michael A was out of frame before that ball was headed home. 2-1 Nats, top of the 7th, looking to add on. Another big lead by Michael. Back in on a 1-1.
Well, the reason he's out there that far is that's O'Day's best move. And as a base stealer, you extend yourself as far as you can go and still be comfortable getting back. And more importantly, still be comfortable thinking towards second base. A lot of times good base stealers get out there too far and their first thought is back instead of second. Now you don't get a good as jump. So the tricky part is finding the middle ground where you're far enough off and you're comfortable in both directions.
Off and running, breaking ball low and away, safe on a ball that bounced about 2/3 of the way there. Michael A. Taylor, steal number 9.
Well, you see the throw from Matt Wieters right here, and it barely gets to second base. There might have been some contact there, but it looked like Wieters initiated the contact. Escobar not in the way. Wieters trying to sell the call, and Buck Showalter's coming out to argue with Mike Estabrook. And are they going to take a look at this? They're going to review this. That is so close. I was focused on the interference call with Wieters and Escobar.
And when you first saw that throw, you figured no chance. Well, this really skipped off the grass and got to second base.
And it was a heck of a tag, too. Mixed review from the crowd here. They just showed on the scoreboard. What do you got? Probably tough to tell from that angle. Plays in front. Taylor kind of blocking off. This should tell you. What do you got?
That angle makes him look out.
But is there enough to overturn it?
Exactly. You always kind of look for the give of the bag when the spikes finally hit it. Crowd might react. They're about to see the shot we just saw.
I'll tell you what, from a fundamental standpoint, if we can have that last shot one more time, Jonathan Schoop did a great job of letting the ball travel to him and not reaching out to get it. And what do we got? Survey says he's out.
Runner is out.
I mean, for all you younger players, the ball travels faster than your glove. Look at Schoop letting the ball travel to him and not reaching out to get it. So now, even though it was a poor throw by Wieters, didn't have a whole lot on it, Schoop did not reach out to get the baseball and come back with a tag. Almost like a catcher framing a pitch, he let the ball come to him, which is quicker, and dropped the tag down. Mark that one down to Jonathan Schoop. That was a great job. That throw had no business getting Michael Taylor. That was just a perfect tag.
Escobar takes ball too low. I think that last angle was the one that got the Nats punched out right there. Escobar on a breaking ball down and away, can't reach it. And the inning unravels in a hurry with the challenge successfully done by Buck Showalter. We arrive at the Hyundai 7th inning stretch here in the Baltimore Inner Harbor, Oriole Park at Camden Yards. Great night for baseball and some serious pitching by Gio. Brought to you by visitannapolis.org. Find the Chesapeake experience at visitannapolis.org. And by National Tire and Battery. Tires, oil, service and repairs. That's all you need. Largest crowd of the year at Oriole Park. Michael A. Taylor gunned down on the challenge. 46,289 here tonight watching quite a ball game. I'm
going to show you a few things. First of all, as a middle infielder, it's key to get to the base and not be moving once you get there. Jonathan Schoop does a nice job of getting to the base, first of all. Look at him just vacating his position. Stop it right there. So now watch how he lets the ball travel to him and doesn't reach out to get the baseball. Look at him. Let the ball come to him and just drop the tag on Taylor. If he reaches toward Matt Wieters at all and brings the ball back, Taylor's safe. So at the highest level, the game moves so fast, it's split seconds that determine safer out. And Schoop straddling the bag, letting the ball come to him was the key to that play. So for all you younger players, it's always fast to let the ball travel. Your instinct is to reach out and grab it, then come back with the tag. Just let the ball come to you, a lot like a catcher catching it behind home plate, and you'll tag way more guys out.
Well, we've seen 3 double plays. We've seen a stolen base by Ian Desmond. A couple of guys gunned down. Lobaton, one of those on Machado back in the 3rd inning. And here's Gio at 100 pitches through 6 innings. Trying to go 7 for the 3rd straight time.
And
65 strikes in those 100.
They get challenged by Buck Showalter, by the way. Remember, he was flipping coins earlier in the game and using his challenge. And he didn't on the tag play at 3rd base with Nolan Reimold. If he uses that, he loses it there, and he doesn't have that one.
Yeah, a whole nother set of things for managers to think about. Jimmy Paredes, a comebacker and a walk, and now a swing and a miss on a big curveball. Felipe Rivero and Aaron Barrett up for the 2nd time.
Rivero for Chris Davis, you would think.
One ball, one strike. That is at the knees, 83, a beauty. Gio has struck out 5, walked 2, given up 6 hits. Target in for the punch out. Little up. And that 2-2 curveball all over the place. Gio this year kind of tending to bunch his 7-inning outings together. May 2nd at New York, 1-0 win, 7 innings. May 8th, next time out against the Braves. 9-2 win, 7 innings. And as we told you, against the Pirates and the Giants, both at home, 7 each coming into this one. Missed way outside, and that brings to an end that streak of starters with 2 walks or less.
A good trip by Ian Desmond right here. He's going to talk to Gio Gonzalez, and I think that's going to do it. Yeah, Matt Williams out of the dugout, so scratch the trip thing. Gio Gonzalez was spectacular here tonight. Once again, 3 solid outings in a row for the Nats left-hander. Look at it, he's got his back to the manager. He doesn't want to come out.
Gio's 3rd walk. He struck out 5, 106 pitches, 67 strikes. And the Nats fans who came up the road will be standing and making lots of noise for their talented left-hander tonight. And it's Aaron Barrett's return. This call to the bullpen packaged by the UPS store. Your one-stop shop for all your small business needs. Let us handle your mailbox service needs. We love logistics.
Just one run tonight. 6 strong innings, gave up 6 hits, struck out 5 Baltimore Orioles. So he threw 106 pitches, 67 of those for strikes. Changeup as good as we've seen it this year. And the fastball command to go with it. He was brilliant. Now it's up to Aaron Barrett. Now it's time for Toyota Case for Kids. The Washington area Toyota dealers want to help children and their families by making a donation of $37 to the Children's Inn at NIH for every strikeout by a Nationals pitcher this year.
Aaron Barrett against J.J. Hardy for the first time. Hardy tonight, a couple of ground ball outs. And Aaron Barrett with 93 that had changeup type movement to it. Just veering in on that right-handed batter.
The 31st appearance. Opponents hitting 244. Lefties 207. Righties 264. Fastball's averaging 94. Slider 85.
A shake. A look at the runner Paredes. And J.J. Hardy late for 93. Upstairs it goes.
Even though, I mean, it's a one-run game and you're thinking Buck Showalter might bunt, it goes back to my top of the order, bottom of the order theory. And even though Tyler Moore and Michael Taylor came up big in the 5th inning, Buck Showalter choosing to let his shortstop swing away here in the 7th, down by 1.
Oh-2 as Hardy stayed alive on that slider. Gets another one blocked well by Lobaton.
Big block. 1-run game, 7th inning on the road. And welcome back, Aaron Barrett, right into the fire.
Hardy extends again to stay alive.
Good baseball game. Seems like anytime these two teams hook up, it's like this.
Oh, and it gets away. Lobaton went to the backhand side and didn't get it. That's a big 90 feet. Nobody out.
It was a big miss by Aaron Barrett. You saw where Lobaton was set up almost behind J.J. Hardy on the inner half of the plate. He wanted that ball buried in. It was all the way to the other side of the plate. Look where Lobaton's set up. And look where the pitch goes. I mean, he's set up down and in, and that ball's down and away. Totally across the plate.
They rule it a pass ball. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Hardy, a swing and a miss on the Barrett slider. The pitch he's always got in his back pocket when he needs it.
Gio Gonzalez stressing big time on the bench right now. Big pitch by the Bear.
That'll bring in Jonathan Scope. Scope, a comebacker, opposite field base hit. He's never faced Aaron Barrett. Waving at that slider.
First pitch fastball guy gets the slider.
He's got that slide piece working, 87 on that one.
Well, you talk to the Orioles people, this is what they've been doing with runners in scoring position lately. The last 8 games, 5 for 54, chasing. Early in the year, very patient in these situations, getting good pitches to hit. But the more your team struggles in these situations as a hitter, the more you press, the more you grip the sawdust out of the bat handle and try too hard. And maybe that stat can be a little misleading. There's probably a lot of lineouts in there or some tough at-bats, but still, you can tell by the last 2 swings.
Another slider. Contact by the catcher. A little kick by the hitter as he left the batter's box. And Lobaton throws out Scope, 2 down.
And the very worst thing you can do when you're struggling with runners in scoring position is have a meeting about it, a hitter's meeting. Because now it's really just tattooed on your brain that we need to be more patient. We need to get good pitches. We got to get back to what we were doing. And what do you do as a hitter? You try even harder. Gio Gonzalez with the golf clap. Rosam Ramos too. But this is a situation where you know they're going to be real careful with Manny Machado. And Matt Williams thinking about straight 4 right here. Watch.
Well, Machado has 1 career at bat against Aaron Barrett, and he hit a home run.
The old don't put the winning run on. They're going to bounce some sliders here and see if he'll chase. Watch. Yeah. Kind of 0-2 pitch him.
He has singled, walked, and hit a fly ball.
It's the only thing, he's got that extendo swing out over the plate where he can flip stuff into right.
.94 low in the strike zone. Wow. Then the slider.
He's got so much coverage of the plate. I mean, he's so lanky that he can extend that bat about 4 or 5 inches off the black away and still get to the inside pitch. So quick with the bat, he lets the ball travel, but his plate coverage is as good as anybody in baseball. And ahead in the count, don't give him anything close.
And the fastball rides upstairs at 94. 1 ball, 2 strikes. And he gets him on a fly ball. Desmond out. Short left field. Aaron Barrett, welcome back to the big leagues. Gio walks the leadoff guy. And then after that, the bottom of the 7th was a bear for the Orioles hitters. The Nats take a 2-1 lead into the 8th with Espinosa, Harper, and Ramos coming up. They all happen to one place, Cincinnati. Bryce, Max, and whoever else. They will represent your Nats at the 86 Major League Baseball All-Star Game Tuesday night, 7 p.m. Coverage begins on Fox. We're going to the top of the 8th inning. The third Baltimore pitcher of the night is right-hander Brad Brock. He has one of their saves. O'Day has a couple. Their closer is Zach Britton from the left side, who has saved 23 ball games this year. "29-year-old right-hander who appeared in 46 games here last year. Danny Espinosa against him, 0 for 1 career. Here comes the top of the 8th, and Danny goes up swinging. Sounded like a busted bat, and it's into the right field corner. Had kind of a funny sound coming off.
Get some new lumber. Motor stick. Condensed pine tar.
Full house in Baltimore. Lots of orange, but plenty of red. Danny 0 for 3 tonight. And that ball's some very late sink at 86.
5-hole right there. Did you see Mike Estabrook? That went right between his legs. I mean, you got to stack the pads right here or get your stick down. Look at this. That's a goal. Left himself wide open. It's an easy goal. Little read direct from Espinosa.
Danny on a pitch inside, pulls it foul. Two 1-ball game. 2-9-0 Nats. 1-6-0 O's. 11 runners have been stranded in this game, 6 by the home team. Espinosa makes an offer, did not go. Crew chief Tim Welke, safe call. Yeah, he held. That ball in the dirt. And Danny Espinosa down on strikes.
Washington, D.C. Lexus dealers are donating $250 to the Children's National Health System for every home run a Nats player hits this season. So keep them coming. It's for a wonderful cause. Lexus, the pursuit of perfection.
Bryce Harper pulled out the cue stick and the chalk last time and spun a base hit about 85 feet down the third base line. Against Brad Brock, he's 0 for 2 career with 2 lineouts.
Well, Brock throws that changeup 25% of the time, and the one he just threw Danny Espinosa was dirty. And you'd think he's going to show Bryce one of those pitches here soon.
Two and 0. Mets are in the 8th inning now. Those 4 runs they scored in the first, holding up against Arizona. 4-1 New York. They're 3 back in the Nats. Atlanta trailing 5-0 at Colorado. And Bryce will tap one in front of the plate. Wieters out to pounce on it. And he gets Bryce Harper for the second out. They have pitched Bryce tough tonight.
Well, that was a changeup right there. Bryce Harper in 2-0 count thought he was getting the fastball. Bidding for his second swinging bunt tonight. And a nice play by Matt Wieters. Good hustle by Harper. Casey Janssen up in the Nats bullpen.
From his days in Toronto, he knows these Oriole hitters, and they know him.
Good take by Ramos. That was close. Just missed on the black outside.
Wilson Ramos 0 for 3. 0 for 1 career against the right-hander Brad Brock. Nasty breaking ball, 85. 1-1. He corks that one into center. That was a loud sound, and Ramos has his first base hit of the night. That'll bring in Clint Robinson, who has 2 hits.
That was loud. Foot down early, catches a slider out front. Nice piece of hitting.
Clint Robinson pulled a base hit in the 5th. Hit a screamer off the glove of Steve Pearce over there in the 6th inning. And some downward movement on that 85. The Nats have reached double digits in hits. Two and 1.
Might change up behind in the count to Bryce Harper. See if he does it again here to Clint Robinson. Yep.
Yes, sir. 86.
I'll tell you, being ahead in the count nowadays is so overrated. It really is. Like, you work so hard to get 2-1, 2-0, 3-1, and nobody throws fastballs anymore those counts. Might as well just be 0-2. Then you really don't expect anything. You're more reactionary.
Yeah. Well, Clint has done a great job tonight of keeping at bats alive to go 2 for 3. Into right field, but Jonathan Scope is out there on the shift. So the Nats strand their 6th runner of the night. 6 tough outs yet to get in Baltimore.
For the bottom of the 8th inning, the Potomac Nationals return to the Fitz July 15th through July 18th. Don't miss the halfway to St. Patty's Day on July 16th, the replica Jersey Day. the camping seat giveaways on July 17th and 18th. For all your promotional information, visit PotomacNationals.com.
Casey Janssen, longtime Toronto reliever, same division as these Orioles.
17th appearance for Janssen, ERA at 3.60, 6 strikeouts versus 2 walks. Righties hitting .294, lefties .174.
And the Orioles will pinch hit left-hander Chris Parmelee here. So you saw Parmelee's numbers, career as a pinch hitter, 0 for 1 this year. Hitting right in front of Adam Jones and Matt Wieters here. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Well, you think the Orioles in the same division as the Blue Jays know a little bit about Casey Janssen.
And they know a little bit about Matt Thornton. Not with the Yankees that long, but the White Sox before that. On a pitch up, 86, strike 2.
Janssen with 9 career saves against the Orioles.
And you figure Thornton for Davis, a couple of hitters away. Or you could keep Wieters on the right side of the plate. Parmelee career 0 for 1 with a strikeout against Casey Janssen.
Human cup of coffee.
Busted bat, and that's a hit if it stays fair. Bad break for Janssen and the Nats.
Well, pretty good pitch by Casey Janssen. He threw the cutter on the hands of Parmelee, but with the shift on, a swinging or check swinging bunt. Gets the tying run aboard. Look at the cut fastball just running in on his hands. So bat dies a hero, down by 1 here in the bottom of the 8th. And the big guy, Adam Jones, steps in the box.
Right-handed matchup, but the numbers are a little scary. Adam Jones against Casey Janssen, 8 for 18, 3 home runs.
If you're wondering about Wieters on deck, he's a .275 career hitter right-handed with 35 homers and a .249 career hitter left-handed with 60 homers.
Adam Jones, a fly ball right field. Long way to go for everybody, and it falls foul, unreachable. Help WUSA 9 support teachers. Teachers are superheroes. It's a project that helps students develop a love of learning by helping teachers get funds for their classroom projects. Go to WUSA9.com to find out more. Two-one ball game in the balance here, 8th inning. Jones right to Escobar, the throw across, back in, gets Parmelee.
Ball was roasted. Yunel Escobar standing right in the perfect spot for Matt Williams. Can't hit a ball any harder than this. I mean, just on a line, Escobar with the stab and good base running by Parmelee to get back. Casey Janssen doing his best Yunel Escobar impersonation, calling him out.
So, Matt Wieters will be batting right-handed against Matt Thornton. Casey Janssen gives up a tough luck broken bat infield squibber of a hit, and then the hardline drive gets caught. And Matt Thornton will turn Wieters around to the right side. We'll check the matchups and bring you back to Baltimore in just a moment with the Nats still on top 2-1 eighth inning. .32 appearance, 2.18 ERA, 15 Ks, 5 walks in 21 innings.
Yeah, fastball 94, slider 83, changeup 87. 32nd appearance for Thornton, 2.18 ERA, 15 strikeouts, 5 walks. Opponents hitting 200 against the Nats left-hander, and he's going to turn Matt Wieters around to the right side, where he's a .275 career hitter with 35 home runs.
And Wieters from that side of the plate tonight. 0 for 3, actually 2 for 3 against Gio Gonzalez with a base hit up the middle, and another one to left. He's had 22 right-handed at bats all year with 4 hits. But against Matt Thornton, he is 0 for 3 career. And he strokes one beautifully to right center. That is trouble, and Parmelee's going to score easily to tie this game. No decision for Gio Gonzalez. Chris Tillman off the hook. And the matchup works to the Orioles' advantage.
Well, the 8th inning continues to be a mystery for the Nats. I mean, there's no other way to put it. It's haunted them all season long, and it comes back to bite them here again tonight.
That run charged to Casey Janssen. And now Chris Davis, lefty-lefty against Thornton. Davis 2 for 8 career against the Nats left-hander, and that's an easy pop fly for Ian Desmond. 2 down. Well, they are on the attack.
And now does Matt Williams pitch to Nolan Reimold, or does he go get Tanner Roark to face the right-hander? Roark's hot. He's ready. The music was still playing.
And home plate umpire Mike Estabrook turned around and gave a dirty look to the press box. We're not in the NBA. They take a pitch, and it's strike one. Fastball just inside. Oh, 94 upstairs, couldn't get to it. Matt Wieters, a big hit for them, his 11th RBI. 3-hit night. And a 1-2 pitch, another busted bat in this inning. Danny Espinosa has it. So that first little hit, bad luck for the Nats. The lead's gone. Desmond Lobatone Moore coming up, top 9.
The Nats scored a couple of runs in the top of the 5th inning. It was Tyler Moore and Michael Taylor. First, Tyler Moore with 2 outs, doing a nice job of going the other way with the 2-out double. Down the right field corner, that would score Clint Robinson. And then Michael Taylor with the base hit to left, scoring Tyler Moore. And that's the Nats' 2 runs, both in the 5th inning. Now Zach Britton on for the Orioles.
And for the O's, staying in the play first base, Chris Parmelee, who led off pinch hitting and got that infield hit. So here's their closers, Zach Britton. Ian Desmond is 1 for 2 career against him with a base on balls. Chopper to short. 2 hops, J.J. Hardy.
You'll see a lot of that off Zach Britton, one of the best sinkers in baseball at 95 miles an hour. He's got a slider to go with it at 83. Power sinker.
Next up, Jose Lobatone, who's 1 for 4 against him. Lobatone turns around, bats right-handed. He's 1 for 4 hitting right-handed this year. 95 right in there, 1-1.
You got a double tie though in your shoelace, don't you?
Yeah.
Double knot it.
Mine are the only way to get through a 9-inning ball game.
Yeah, of course.
Upstairs with 96, 2 balls, 1 strike. Tanner Roark, if the game's tied, it appears, going to the bottom of the ninth, and certainly Drew Stewart if the Nats can get a run here. Lobaton will chop it. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
7, 8, 9 due up for the Orioles in the bottom half. Jose Lobaton didn't look too comfortable after that swing.
Three and 2. And the Nats catcher stays alive.
I don't know if you're laughing. He's beating himself up this at bat. Fouled one off his arm, now one off his leg. He's fighting to get on and having a good at bat. Where'd this one get him? So you think you're safe, right? If you're a catcher going up to hit, I don't have to worry about any foul tips. Not the case right now for Jose.
Inside of the left heel right there. Got a piece of that one. And a tapper to the left side for Manny Machado.
Boy, I don't know how you hit that sinker. I mean, it's like a split. All right, Nats fans, never miss a game update, behind the scenes moments, or exclusive contests. I almost said content. Follow at Masson Nationals on Twitter for all the latest buzz. Again, that's at Masson Nationals on Twitter. I mean, it's hard enough to hit a good sinker if it's 88 to 90, but when it's 96, then he's just turning it over like this. I mean, it's like a mid-90s split.
'27-year-old closer, 37 saves for the Orioles last year with a 1.65 ERA. Tyler Moore high in the air, out of play, right side.
Right idea right there. I mean, you have to elevate. You have to think the other way. But at 96, you don't have a lot of time to think about all that.
And Tyler Moore. 3 ground balls tapped in the inning, and that's what Britton does. 2 to the shortstop, 1 to the third baseman. We're expecting Tanner Roark against the bottom of the O's order in the bottom of the 9th tie game. Roark for the Nationals. They'll face Paredes, Hardy, and Jonathan Scope. Tanner, 21 appearances, 6 starts. And this year, 29 strikeouts, 11 walks in 60 innings.
Yeah, 22nd appearance for Roark. 2-seam fastball, 4-seam fastball, also cut the fastball, curveball, slider, change to go with it. And I don't know whose beard is more fierce right now, his or Gio's. They are both rocking. His job to get it to the top of the 10th.
Jimmy Paredes facing Roark for the first time. J.J. Hardy's his toughest matchup of this inning, 3 for 3. Jonathan Scope, they'll see each other for the first time. Orioles this year in 1-run games, 11 and 13. And that's a good tailing fastball at 93.
I mean, we talked early in tonight's game. Great changeup by Roark about how there was all the buzz in September and October of last year about a Beltway World Series. How both of these teams had 96-win seasons. How they were headed for a World Series matchup. How great that would be for this region. And I thought there was a chance, but tonight's game kind of giving you a taste of what it might have been like. But every time these two teams get together, you see stuff like this. This has been a fantastic baseball game tonight.
Up and away with a fastball, 94, and Paredes had no chance.
Yeah, that had a little extra on it, a little extra run too. Watch this ball just hang a right. And you see how Jose Lobaton caught it. So Roark really getting inside that 2-seamer. Look at the run on it. I love that Exmo right over the top. It's accurate in showing you guys at home how much pitches really move.
And a big bender. It went from one side of the plate to the other for a called strike. J.J. Hardy 3 for 3 career against Roark with a double. Tonight he's 0 for 3. Escobar really guarding the line at third. And that's a perfect heater to the outside edge.
Paint.
He goes another one right down the middle. A 3-pitch see ya, 2 down.
I mean, it looks like he's just darting one spot this whole at bat. Check out pitch track. 1, 2, and 3.
There's Jonathan Scope, who's never faced Roark. .86 on the slider, perfect.
Attack mode, Tanner Roark.
He was dealing.
95.
And a 2-2 with 2 outs here in the 9th. And a ball hit to left, and the game is over. Orioles walk off the Nats in 3 hours and 12 minutes, and they continue now over the last few years to dominate the battle of the Beltways.
He wanted to bounce the slider, and he left it down the middle of the plate. Scope earlier in the game was chasing sliders down the way. Roark didn't want that right there, obviously. And Scope makes him pay the ultimate price. Roark had good stuff tonight. He makes one mistake. You see where Lobaton set up, and you see where the slider is. Too much played. He wanted to bounce that. Stayed up too long, and Scope does a nice job of digging it out and walking the Nats off and taking game 1 here in the 3-game set.
The Orioles have now won 7 of the last 9 games in the battle of the Beltways, and they now lead the all-timer 30-21, including 17-9 here. Tough one to take for Washington tonight. The Nats had a lot of chances in the middle of this ball game with runners stranded, kept coming up short of 2-out hits that could have given them a 3 or 4 run lead, and now the Orioles will make them pay with a walk-off in the bottom of the 9th inning. 2-10-0 Nats, 3-9-0 Orioles. Zach Britton will get the win, and Tanner Roark will be the loser.
Good ball game. Didn't go the Nats' way. Again tomorrow with Jordan Zimmerman. That's all you can do.
For FP and Dan, Bob Carpenter. Another frustrating one for the Nationals tonight. They've lost 3 straight. And the Orioles, who had been swept at Minnesota, losing 8 of 10, get a big boost at home where they've now won 12 of their last 15. Join us Sunday, the Fox games tomorrow night. We'll be back with you on MASN Sunday. Coverage begins at 1 o'clock. For a 1:35 first pitch on Sunday. This has been a presentation of MASN. Stay tuned now. Nats Extra postgame coming up next with Johnny and Ray up the road, and a frustrating one for the Nats as the Orioles get Jonathan Scope's 5th home run of the year to walk off Washington, and we will try it again Sunday. So long for just a while.